game audio is very loud for me. Incidentally, yeah, if the audio is a bit off, please tell me so that I can adjust. But how are you, Sinvic, and whoever else is here, if anyone else is? So, oh my god, I look like I've adjusted the lighting, and it's blinding. I think I might need to adjust that a wee bit, because I look like a greasy bastard again, look. It's because it's like glinting off my head. Hang on. Camera's much higher. As in, yeah. Don't think we could see the what? Wait, is that? I don't know what you mean by crown moulding. I'm wondering if you mean the cornice between the wall and the ceiling. And no, you're probably not misremembering. The laptop hasn't really moved. However, the desk has been moved around. I don't know if that's... I think you do mean the cornice, possibly. Do you mean... Hang on. Do you have a pointy thing? I'm curious because I've never heard that term. Let's use my fume absorber to point. You mean this thing? Because the term for that over here is the cornice. Ah. Today I learned. Yeah, I'm not that fussed about the camera, to be honest. Especially seeing as the point of this isn't so much to share my pus than it is to share the game. Speaking of the game, so this is a really jank setup right now. I discovered that running the game in ScumVM didn't really work as well as I would like. It was mostly fine. What would you call that if not crown? What I said, it's cornice. It's called cornice. I'll write it in chat. Hang on. Cornice. Like that. Filters. The noise suppression is turned off, so I'm going to turn it on because you want to be able to not have... Well, actually, to be fair. Yeah, the keyboard noises and such don't really matter for this. If the levels are a bit off, please tell me, and I'll try and fix them. The game looks like it might be a bit loud, but I mean, that's fine. It should be a decent level anyway. Anyway, I'll look at the fairy liquid in the background. Hashtag not spawn. So, let's think. How are we going to do this? Let's open that. Okay. Capitalism. I don't even remember what that is. What is... Oh, wait. No one has redeemed that before. It's been so long since I set that up. I have no idea what it does. What did it say in the description? Let me see. Get started. Oh, I can't really see this properly on what's capitalism. Play an advert. Oh. Did you not read the description before you redeemed it? Oh god. So as far as I am aware, that is so Thorogram just paid to show you an advert and didn't even realise Well, paid in points. He didn't pay in money. So technically, I probably earned about a penny from that. God, I'm not even logged into Twitch, so I can't see the proper. Hang on. But yeah, so oh shit, that's the wrong password. Has all the points. I should really move my phone out of shot as well. I know you can't see it yet, but you would in a minute. Hang on one sec. So what I am doing currently is I'm running Windows on my desktop PC behind the laptop. And that is running the game, which has been streamed over the LAN to my laptop, which is running macOS, on a 1280 by 960 4:3 resolution monitor, which is remotely streaming the game at 2 times scale from its natural, its native resolution, which is 640 by 480. Because that means I can run the native Windows version of the application, which is like the one that works the best by a mile, without having to use ScumVM on the Mac, which seemed to be a bit dodgy, and without any crap scaling issues. So let's see how this goes. I feel like I should maybe reload the game. So let's do that. Hang on. So that you get the audio stuff and all that at the beginning of the game. Now my progress is going to be kind of reset to the beginning, but I've not really got an issue with that because it won't take that long to get back to where I was. So let's see, game. There we go. So it's showing you the menu just because that's the last thing I had open, but it's sort of like crashed out OBS. So that isn't actually currently open, which is why you don't have the sound. But when the game actually opens, you will see, hopefully scaled correctly, the game booting up. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Hey. I think we're good. Are we good? I think we're good. This is so, like, unbelievably complex for something really simple. Like, this is a really, really simple wee point-and-click adventure game running in AGS. But AGS does not work properly on Mac, as I have discovered. So, you know what? Let's just run a new game. Because I may as well, because I'm at the beginning anyway. So it's the year 2000. I definitely said this to people at the time. I feel like the camera is so high that it's like focused on my zip. Sort of low rather, that it's focused on my zip. Like I need to be, it's because I've put the desk down lower. So the camera's pointing more here, but whatever. I think I'm actually going to move OBS over. Hang on. That pop-up's really annoying. I don't know how to get rid of it because I thought I'd changed it in settings, but it still seems to be there, so. So Lily is my only real life friend. Remember that for later. Hey Ronnie, how you doing? We're playing a point-and-click adventure game that only just came out recently and I was playing on last stream. But I'm streaming it from Windows to Mac OS to Twitch. Shagging! So to catch you up, Ronnie, this is called Perfect Tides. It's about a wee island. Well, a wee lassie that lives on a wee island. If you're struggling to read the text, anybody, or if like I'm clicking through the text too fast, tell me, and I'll do something about it. Ronnie's trying to get 3.5-inch discs of DOS 3.3 for his new PC. Is DOS 3.3 no on your like archive.com or archive.org or whatever? Because if you can get the file, you can maybe put it onto your. I think you've got a 3.5 drive that you could just plug into a new system, right? I assume if you can get the files, you can get them onto a floppy. So if you've just got a blank floppy, which I definitely do if you don't. Congratulations. Used to be 720k discs only. Yeah, I have no idea. It's been so long since I've actually had to think about the file size limit of a floppy disk. But cannot remember what the standard size was at the end. Anyway, what's up with your wagon? And I mentioned this last time, but these wee character profile pop-up things, 1.44 meg, aye, that rings a bell actually. This reminds me of games like Broken Sword, which was a game that had art by the artist who wrote, well not wrote actually, he didn't write it, but drew, because it was written by Alan Moore, but he drew Watchmen, the comic and graphic novel later on. So I've got a burst tyre on my wagon. Just my luck, it breaks when I'm using it. As opposed to breaking when you're not using it. Mm-hmm. Also, do you like my latest keyboard, Ronnie? You feel a pang of irritation. Lily doesn't seem to think you're the same age as her sometimes. I was talking about so much stuff on last stream that I'm going to just kind of not reiterate on this one so that I'm not boring folk. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that... So there you go. She says she's going to be hanging at the beach after dark, right? What to do about your wagon? So she's all like social anxiety, even with her best pal, right? There's hints of, is this really her best pal, or is it just she feels like it should be her best pal for me? But I don't know. It's Lily, your best pal on the island. She's considerably taller, blonder, and thinner than you. There are many other wonderful qualities about her that don't make you sad, but it's a long journey for your brain to get to those. Let's have a look around at wagon and stuff. It's your wagon! Full of the groceries Mum asked you to bring from the mainland, and it's not going anywhere as long as the wheels roll. This particular ship belongs to Perfect Tides Sea Tour, a privately owned company that won the bid to operate a ferry terminal back in the 40s. Apart from the private boats and helicopters, it's the only way to travel to and from the island. Ferry service begins at 5:50 on a weekday morning, the first leg of a long journey for work commuters. Since your 10th birthday, Mum's allowed you to ride the ferry by yourself under the strict pretense that you're either going to go to school or to one of the nearby strip mall shops. There you go. There's a bunch of different things that I'm going to kind of not spend too much time exploring this time around. If you really want to see me look at every individual item in this first section of the game, go back to the last stream and enjoy me trying to make the game not cause errors in this next bit I'm about to play. Which I didn't really fully diagnose, but it seems to have something to do with ScumVM. Is this sort of like a Life is Strange kind of game? Kind of, maybe. I don't know. It depends how you mean that. But it's definitely a kind of slice of life, like awkward teenager growing up thing. So, if that's what you mean, yeah. Right, so yeah, there isn't really much to be touching here. The fiberglass of the ship feels smooth and cold, submerged as it is in the frigid bay water. There isn't really much to interact with. We know that that's fucked. And there isn't really much on the screen. I spent ages no realising. Like, I tried to go into that building. That was one of the first things I did, I think. And I got this message. Maybe later, right? It took me ages to realise that was a wanking joke. Because what I'd actually done is, I had walked over like this. And then, after she was sort of standing in front of the door, I pressed there, meaning to click on the door, and I must have hit her. And haha, touch yourself, maybe later, right? Yeah, very good. But because that happened, and I didn't realise that's what had happened, I was wandering around like a fanny for ages, like, it's literally the first screen of the game, why do I not know what to do next? So that was embarrassing. But if you perfectly align it, there's a wee pink dot on the cursor, and if you line it up just perfectly, it's fine. But aye. Brochures and stuff, there's a wee, what looks like an IBM, but I don't know. The office computer looks like it's for the early 90s. It runs a variety of spinach-coloured word processing and spreadsheet software. Could be a Mac, I suppose, as well. That does look at this, maybe meant to be an IBM badge, but I'm not really sure. Well, that looks like something. It looks like a deflated inner tube, generally used for bikes. What's this? Statue of the majestic white-tailed deer sits by the entrance. This animal is a mascot of a sorts, with 200 wild deer thought to inhabit the island. And who's this guy? Jackson is the only campground office attendant in the off-season. He went to school with your brother and just works full-time now. You sometimes wonder if Jackson would want to date you, since he doesn't seem to have any problem talking to you. You've never even seen him with a girl, though. It's sort of a half-baked fantasy. So let us talk to Jackson. Hey, Jackson. I like his character art. He just looks so disinterested and edgy. He's like a comic book. A comic book? A comic book. Oh my god, I can't speak. He's like a comic book guy type. Sup, kid? You know, you're the first person I've seen in here all day. I was about to kick my own arse out of boredom. How many customers in the off-season, eh? That's an understatement. I'm actually forgetting how to talk to humans. Yeah, I should have joined the army. There's a broken wheel in my wagon. Do you have anything I could fix it with? Jackson makes a clicking sound in his cheek and looks around blankly, his eyes landing on nothing. Like John Travolta in that scene. I don't know. If you can find anything useful in here, go ahead and take it. You don't even have to pay me for it. I might enjoy the thrill of being robbed. Well, you better take something then. You don't want to let Jackson down. So obviously we need the inner tube, right? Jackson, can I have this inner tube? I think it might do the trick for my wagon. He glances at it conspicuously. Is that what it is? I was thinking of wrapping it around my wrist and on my hand. Excuse me? Why would you do that? How old are you again? 16. Well, you're basically 16 already. You will be in 5 months. Oh, well, yeah. If you're a guy and you jerk off and you get your hand numb, it's like another person's doing it. It's called the stranger. Oh, okay. Sounds like a fun thing for a guy. How's Tom? Did Tom just come into the stream to chat about wanking? Is that what happened? Well, enjoy your inner tube. Is that a fanny joke as well? You pocket the inner tube. Maybe now you can get those groceries home. Okay. Is that your first inventory item? Do you want some tips? So this is the bit that broke the game, and I then spent ages trying to figure out exactly what was causing the issue. It only appears to occur when running the game inside Scum VM, and I think maybe only on Mac, but actually maybe not. I think it was actually just Scum VM in general. No, it was just on Mac. Car park key handoff complete. Glad to hear it. Anyway, do you want some tips? Let's say yes, to just make sure this works. You're actually pretty sure you know what to do, but it seems like Jackson would enjoy giving you an explanation. I was saying this last time, like, I feel like that's not uniquely, but a primarily feminine experience of life. Like, the whole constantly having guys feel the need to explain things that you probably already know, but you just kind of, it's easier to just let them do it and be like, aye, whatever. Do tell me, do go on. I'm so interested. And I'm very self-conscious of that sometimes. Like there have definitely been times in my life where I've unintentionally been explaining something and then got the sense halfway through my explanation that the person knows exactly, like the explanation is utterly unnecessary, but they've been too polite to say, and then I'm like, well, fuck. I wish you would have just helped me and I would have shut up. Like me watching your streams then. Eh? Basically. Whenever you pick up items, they go into your backpack. Right there. So this here was what went wrong. The text and the wee profile picture thing were behind the pop-up menu. Like the menu was being pushed to the top, which meant the entire explanation was completely invisible. That was great. But because this is streaming from Windows, it works fine. You can see all your stuff in here, and you can use it as well. See your inner tube in there. What should I do with the inner tube? Well, if you're a guy and you're from a wagon, I mean. Oh, use it on the wagon, obviously. But you might want to blow it up first. How do you do that? Use it on your cell. The brain science, Mara. You can also use inventory items on each other. So if you ever collect more than one, that put an extra word in there. That sentence didn't have a word so in it. What the hell is that? An abomination. Hopefully you'll get to make your own someday. Got it now? I think so. Thanks, Jackson. No, you better go. If I spend too much time shooting this shit on video surveillance, fucking Paul will come down here and bitch at me. Can he hear you talking on camera? Una? Paul? Your manager? Can't he hear us talking about him on camera? Huh? It just seems like any decent security camera would pick up sound. Jackson mumbles something you can't make out and stops acknowledging you. So, I've got what we need. I don't know if there's... I've not figured out if there's a keyboard shortcut yet for opening the backpack. So we blow that up first. You blow into the inner tube, inflating it. You now have an inflated tube. Oh! Oh! That feel when you have an inflated tube. You replace the back wheel with a newly inflated inner tube. Good job! Good job! Okay, so also this was a bit of a weird one. You take the wagon home, yes. You pick up the wagon. An odd term to use for it, but sure. Okay, so it says home. Where wagon? Wagon's pretty useful when you've not got a car, eh? Use the wagon icon on your in your inventory if you find any other large objects you want to lug home. Right, so we're home. Do we save? Nah. Not yet. Oh, aye. Also, in the menu, I'm going to point something out. See score 3. I'm not entirely sure what has got me those 3 points so far. I feel like I want to keep an eye on that. May as well save. Right, so I've got all the crap. We can have a wee look around first. It's the coveted living room TV, displayer of video games, haver of cable. Getting time in front of it can be a struggle. Sometimes you'll wake up at the crack of dawn just to watch a few hours of TV or movies, undisturbed by Timothy's biting critical analysis. Not bad, brother, then. I like how this is like almost a kind of like Toy Story Sid kind of vibe you're getting. Beyond this oft-slammed door lies your brother Timothy's lair. A swamp-like heat emanates from its corners. Even Mum no longer dares to enter. I thought that was like a flying V, like a guitar, but apparently it's maybe a lamp. An ornate lamp hangs over the kitchen table, theoretically lighting a beautiful family dinner, or more realistically, Mum's daily paperwork. The mouse sensitivity feels really high, but it's because the resolution of this display is really low. So I should probably adjust that. Actually, you know what would be comfier? I swapped around my trackball so that I could access Windows while I was setting this up, but I don't really need it now, so I'll just unplug that for Windows and I'll plug it into Mac. Bear with. Be a wee bit better. Yeah, there we go. Comfier as well, actually. So, aye, we did that already, sure. There's a lot of wee comments like this, like, it's Mum's antique lamp picked up at a flea market in East Mainland. Covertly, she whispered the price to you as she made the transaction. No doubt this prevented a mob of deal hunters from descending on you like vultures. So, going to see if I don't think I realised her room was off in this direction before. It's a 640 by 480 VGA monitor. There you go, Ronnie. That's what we like. Paired with your graphics card, it can display up to 16 million colours. Can you imagine? It's your computer tower built for the shell of Mum's old work computer. Timothy contributed his old 56k modem, which I'll come back to in a wee second. Sound card, graphics card and speakers. The motherboard and RAM you bought on eBay. eBay in the year 2000. Don't think that was really a thing or here at that point, although maybe I'm wrong. The computer works pretty well, though the power source connectors are weak and will occasionally stop working entirely. Don't know what that really means. I don't know if they mean on the motherboard or I'm overthinking this. At any rate, you pined for your own computer for many years and are delighted to have this one. There's various things in here like this. It's the door to your bedroom, complete with a super cute Blink-182 poster. Mark and Tom are cute, but Travis is probably your favourite because you can imagine him hitting on you in a public place. What does that mean? And I was telling a story about this. The cereal bowl is stuck to your nightstand desk thingy. Is a dare to yourself and is an act of hatred against Mum. You're seeing how long you can leave it there. I once did something similar at Christmas with a clementine that my mum had put in my stocking. I had it on a wee side table in my bedroom, and it was sort of beside a bunch of other stuff like DVDs and CDs and stuff. And it was kind of obscured because of the other stuff on the table. And I just didn't get around to putting the stuff away for ages because I was distracted playing like Final Fantasy VII or something. And then like weeks must have passed, and there was this really nice citrusy smell in the room. And oh, that's weird. And I couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from. And then ages and ages and ages later, I'm putting the DVDs and the CDs away, and I realised that this wee clementine has fused to the surface of this wee table. It's all the citric acid has sort of seeped out of the skin and has stuck it to the surface, so that when I tried to take it off, and I eventually did get it off, but like ripped the skin and it was like stuck in a wee circle. I managed to peel it off the table eventually, but like it ripped, the acid had destroyed all the lacquer, like the finish on the table. Whoops. Anyway, I'm curious to see if I can use the computer. Nah, not right now. Alright, I need to deal with the groceries first, okay. Okay then. Open the fridge. In fact, no wait. Aye. You open the fridge and bask in its glow like a lizard under a heat lamp. What? The fridge is the colour of coffee-stained teeth. ABS. It's loud and doesn't do a very good job of cooling food. You probably spent a collective 15 hours of your lifetime staring into it. So we need to put the stuff away, obviously. Wait a minute. What the fuck? No. I want to do that. Look at the wagon. You're not literally carrying a wagon in your backpack, but this handy little icon will help you summon it when needed. Now, what heavy stuff do you need to carry? Okay. Have I not got the groceries, though? What? Surely I've got the groceries. Right, I'm confused. Hang on. Have I left them outside or something really stupid? Like, do I need to pick them up? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I thought they were just in my inventory already, but I must need to pick them up first. The wagon is now empty. There we go. Right, sorry. Made a twat of that. So yeah, let's put them away. You'll have to open. Are you shitting me? But when I did open it, maybe it was because they weren't in my inventory yet. You open the fridge. There we go. Put away the groceries. Okay. You methodically load the perishable groceries into the fridge, taking care to hide the scarcer bits from Timothy's ravenous eye. You'll still find them, but it might buy you a day. I feel like I've maybe overshot with lowering the desk, so I'm going to try and put it up a wee bit. You watch the monitors. Ooh. Because my wrist feels like it's gone up at too much an angle. It's a wee bit better for the purposes of this. Maybe not necessarily for typing, but for trackball it's a wee bit nicer. I'm telling you, it's school for losers. I don't want to go to a crappy school and live with grandma. Well, I'll be Timothy then. Look at, I like how Mum is drawn from a side profile. So it's that kind of side-eyeing, like, the idea that you're constantly kind of trailing behind her or to her side and she's talking, like, without turning around, she's talking to you. I like that. That's a nice wee detail. It's just an option. I don't see you offering any ideas. I'm making good money selling gold on Ultima. That's not a job, Timothy. Fuck's sake, Timothy. Did they have everything, Mara? All except whole milk. I got skim instead. Ugh! Ugh! Skim milk! God's sake! What's wrong with skim? It's healthier. You don't even need to, you don't even put milk in your cereal. Oh, but I drink it. Mum, I need protein. Ma. Or what? So you can fart more? What a comeback! What a comeback! Mara, you already eat everything else in the house. Can I just have one thing you don't want? It's enough. Pick up more milk tomorrow. You're welcome for the errand. Are we suddenly thanking each other for food? I think I'm owed a few thousand thank yous then. Cheeky wee cowie. Oh, thank you, noble hero Mara, for picking up milk that I can't even fucking drink. I can't scream because it's like 10 to 12. I picked up Hot Pockets too, you absolute dickhead. Mara. Oh my god. Fuck this. Timothy always does this. And Mum always defends him. Cool family, eh? So, my instinct was to go straight for sulking in the bed, but apparently I can't do that. So I can do this, however. In fact, I'm going to show you this. There's a couple of things in here that are quite cool. So, the closet has been packed to the brim for years with old childhood clothing, school projects and toys. You dare not touch. It's one of those messes Mum has decided is permanent. An issue of 17 sits open face on your floor. The magazine's bursting with tips on how to get boys to fall in love with you. Disappointingly, they're always prefaced on the idea that you already know each other and are friends. You were very little when this room was added to the house, and your dad let you choose the carpet. You don't remember much else about it, only that it was your fault. This is something I've been thinking about recently, because we're about to change the carpet in a room in this house, and I have a feeling a child is going to get a say in the carpet that we pick. And I was thinking exactly what she just said. When said child is a bit older, are they going to horribly regret their decision? So I'm curious to see how that goes. Anyway, let's use a computer. Here we go. This is the good stuff. Peak 2000. Ronnie, I hope you're here. Ronnie, are you here? Because this is the good stuff. Finally, some computer time. The monitor greets you with its welcoming glow. Right, you ready? You ready for this? Connect to the internet? Well, of course. You know what that means. You hope to God nobody's on the phone as you log in. I got like an actual full on nostalgia wave when I did this the last time on the live stream. Thank God I never had to experience this. God damn it, Thurgrim. You're greeted by a menu screen of the day's news and gossip. You've got mail, but it's all junk. This is gold, by the way. I nearly died laughing. I clipped a bit of this for the last stream because I found it really funny. You navigate to the Fantastic Fiction Boards. It's a writing-focused subforum of a larger games, movies, and anime community maintained by the ISP. I was saying, I don't think that was really as much of a thing over here in the UK. I think that's maybe an American idea. Like you would have AOL be your ISP and also give you this kind of web portal that gave you access to all this other stuff. I don't really remember that being a thing as much here, unless it was just certain ISPs did that and certain ones didn't, or whatever. I don't know. Like I know MSN.com was a thing as well, but like I don't know. I think that may have been more of an American thing. Well, the occasional original written work appears. Most people here write and post fan fiction, a form of writing based on another work of fiction from the imagination of a fan. BT did. Did they really, Ronnie? I don't remember that at all. Well, I mean, we were too poor to be with BT, so we would always be like, well, let me think. If you go back far enough, what was before Talk Talk? Would have been Home Call, I think. Or was it Pipex or Pipex? Or I can't remember which order it happened in. I know that Pipex or Pipex and Home Call were the same company, or one bought over the other, and then eventually that became Talk Talk. I can't remember what order that happened in. Well, right, okay, sorry, we did that already. I'm distracted. In other words, it's cool. Looks like a few stories have popped up overnight. Akira82 continues his exploration of an alternative Tale of the Blade 5 timeline in which the Nazis have won World War II. Part 5 of The Sexy Resurrection of Commander Ginseng has gone up as well. Nice. It's a lighter read that plays on a common but bogus cheat code mythology. And here's the one that nearly killed me last stream. Oh, you've been waiting for a new Songs of the Heart chapter. The romantic plot running through Heaven's Gash is sorely underutilized. Fucking, I knew it was coming. Oh, fuck me. The romantic plot running through Heaven's Gash is sorely underutilized, and this fic makes generous use of it through a scene-by-scene retelling. My God. Heaven's Gash. You set these aside for later. Let's check out the chat room. Get even filthier. You weren't allowed on chat rooms in the year 2000 either. Nowhere here anyway. You navigate to the Fantastic Fiction chat. Nobody's really active right now, just a couple of character bots, confused newbies, and users who leave their computers on 24/7. Staggle. Ooh. Hey PT. Apparently I'm PT. Or Maraz. What's up? Staggle's idling in the chat, but he's chosen to message you in private. This has happened a couple of times recently. I loved your latest chapter. The ending was so good. I don't know why I'm talking like someone for Glasgow University, but I've decided that's what Staggle sounds like when he's trying to impress a girl. I don't even know if these people know each other's gender. Oh, wow. That means a lot coming for Staggle. He's one of your favourite... Well, they're saying he. Okay. He's one of your favourite writers on FF. Oh, wow. Thank you. I was really happy with it. A warm feeling rushes over you. Look at her wee face. Oh, Oh. You reread Staggles I Am a few times, basking in the honour. Smiley Faith. Smiley, smiley. Smiley Faith. When's the next chapter? Smiley, smiley. Soon, I hope. Going to work on it tonight. Remember that. Remember, she said, I'm going to work on that tonight because I was trying to work on it and it wasn't happening. Here we go. I missed this because I think I clicked. I clicked thinking that was the end of the things I was to click through and it skipped that dialogue box. You actually weren't planning to. Your interest in this particular story had been waning and you wanted to edit some poetry tonight. But if Staggle liked it that much... Oh, Staggle! Oh! Cool. I won't distract you then. Looking forward to it. No pressure. Okay. TTYL, smiley face. Wow, you didn't expect that at all. You feel a nervous exhilaration and a desire to reread the conversation over and over again. Hashtag relatable. Close and log off. I think we're done in here, so if I recall correctly, there isn't really much else to do. Let's see if they're still crabbit with me. What are you playing? Diablo. I remember because I looked at the TV before the first time. I'll do it in a minute so you can see. It seems things are peaceful between you and Timothy again. Yep, this is what peace looks like. Ta-da! Anyway, yeah, look at this. So he's just said he's playing Diablo, right? And look what the comment is. Timothy is playing Diablo. You think? It all looks like dirt to you. Oh no, it's a different comment. It said something general. Hang on, I wonder if... Let me just check something. Load. Aww. Bollocks. It made a comment. Like, if you look at the screen before you talk to him and before you know it's Diablo, she says something about he's playing some nondescript brown game. And I was like, yes! And then, you know, she speaks to him and you find it as Diablo. And it's like, nice. Anyway. Oh yeah, hang on, I want to do something. Do I need to use the door or? No, oh god. Wanking jokes. Yeah, so there's a fucking brilliant gag in here, look. The shower curtain is kinda gross and due for replacement. A couple of its built-in magnets. When I hear Brune game, I think of Quake. Yeah. I think of Call of Duty more than anything. But I mean, pick most games made in the past 20 years for a certain kind of demographic. Medal of Honor, aye. The shower curtain's kind of a gross and due for replacement. A couple of its built-in magnets have torn out and are just sticking to the side of the tub on their own now. As you often do, you quickly peek past the curtain to make sure no one is hiding in the bathtub ready to kill you. Nobody is. Of course, the logic of this ritual is strange. If, as opposed to being jumped, you did discover a killer, you'd be just as dead. Still, you can't help but check behind it every day. It's the one bit of courage you afford yourself. If destiny can't be altered, if you truly are doomed, you'd at least like to see the glint of its eyes. Oh, I wonder, there was another comment. Damn it. There was a comment about Hitler that was really funny. And I can't remember. Ah. I'd need to watch my own stream to figure out what the hell. The hanging towels are ornamental and not for drying. That was really strange. I've never heard of that in my life. This is an ornamental towel and as such doesn't get washed much. It has a stiff texture. Crispy, if you will. Is that a thing? Like, is that a thing that mums do that I don't know about? No, where was the comment about Hitler? I thought it was the shower curtain, but I must have misremembered. There's another one. Maybe it isn't in here at all. What about in here? We had towels that were only used when guests came round. Fair. I wish I could remember where that... I'll need to watch the other stream to clip it or something, because it's funny as fuck. There was a comment somewhere about Hitler, and how she was talking about how there was a likelihood that Hitler was needed, and is probably waiting to kill her. So she keeps like looking out for Hitler. There's at least two, because there's one at a later point, but I'm sure there was one in that bathroom. Maybe not. Right, anyway. I like how harassed Mum looks. It's good. Mum turns when she sees you approach. Her look suggests there's absolutely no reason to argue further. Are you hungry? Did you have a snack when you got home? You're pulled by equal forces anger and relief. You always wish you could squeeze a little more guilt out of Mum when she's been a jerk to you. You're not just angry because you're hungry, after all. Then again, you are hungry, and it feels good that she knows that about you. I'm a wee bit hungry, aye. Why don't you sit and I'll make you something? Hey Mum, can I have a drink? Sure, 1 sec. You almost raise your voice at Timothy again. It's like he's daring you to. Is she supposed to be his maid or something? I mean, she's making some for you as well, but never mind. Back he asked, I suppose. Actually, I'm alright. Maybe now she's like, oh, I just realised I'm asking for a favour as well. I'm going out for a while. Alright, if you're out, can you pick up a package for me? It's waiting at the post office. Maybe this is where the... Anyway, claim slip for the package, there we go. So... don't think there's really anything else in the house, so let's just go out here. I can definitely see it's hopefully not that visible on this Twitch stream, but you can tell occasionally that this is being streamed, like the game itself is being streamed, because when a new screen loads or something, you can see a wee bit of like artifacting in the image, which is kind of minor annoyance, but as long as it's not a big deal on Twitch, it's not really a problem. So we have claim slip for a parcel. Let's go and explore. This is a this area houses the Highland residents' wagons. It's a necessity to pick up goods from the mainland, so just about everybody has one. Most of them are just a lot nicer than yours. And the big boat. See you next Tuesday. Features the boating industry's largest standing with a drink area, a tippy-top compartment for antisocial steering, and a soft canvassy whatever to keep the rain out, I guess. There's the post office. We'll explore a wee bit after this as well, but fishes. The goldfish circle their bowl happily, seemingly unaware of the large, intrusive outer world. PS27 is a public school that serves as the island's that serves the island's K6 demographic. No idea what that means. That may be more apparent to an American audience that is significant. I don't know. You have fond. No, you don't. You have fond memories of your time here. The school was so small that you knew every kid. The teachers liked you better. Learning was fun and easy here. And I was telling you last stream, I went to a school like that that may have been even smaller than that, depending on what they're talking about by small. My original primary school that I went to in Scotland, obviously not in America, had 2 classrooms. The entire school was 2 classrooms, and I'm genuinely not making that up. It was like primary 1, 2, I think it was 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Although it might have been 4 was lumped in with the first 3. I can't remember, and it's been a while. It probably was. It probably 1 to 4, and then 5, 6, 7. You can imagine what sort of challenges that presents for a teaching perspective and for a kids paying attention and being kept engaged perspective. But there you go. So I was fairly self-directed in my learning for the very beginning. Since the island has no high school, you've been attending one on the mainland for years. Since then, a supreme distaste for school has manifested, but more that elsewhere. Mrs. Peters is your friend Lily's grandmother and has worked the post office window for as long as you can remember. She's always been nice to you. Well, that's a relief. You shyly approach the window. Hi, Mrs. Peters. Mara, what's new, kiddo? Did you ride back with Lily today? Uh-huh. She went home. You wonder with anxiety if Mrs. Peters knows her granddaughter is sexually active. And if she does know, does she know you know? Are you aiding and abetting a crime? I swear that girl's out more than she's in lately. Well, you know, the old in and out. Excuse me? None. Jargon. So I should. I like that. I should mention as well for anybody that's here. I can't remember who was here last stream, but this game is written and entirely made for the most part, almost entirely by Meredith Gran, who is a sequential artist, a comic artist, who has done a number of things, but primarily is known for a very, very long running, pretty much a decade, I think, webcomic that I used to read going back a long time, called Octopus Pie. So, yeah. I'm going to quickly look at this before I give it away. It's a claim slip for a missed USPS delivery. Take this to the post office to claim your package. Fair enough, that's what it is. So, still not quite got the sensitivity right for this resolution. You hand Mrs. Peters the package slip. Oh, did your mum get a package? Let's have a look. Mrs. Peters reaches over to a pile on the office floor. Here we go. She hands you a box about a foot in height. It's surprisingly heavy. It says fragile in the box. Be careful. And tell your mother I said hi. You know, you're growing up so fast, Mara. You and Lily both. Stay out of trouble, alright? Thanks, Mrs. Peters. Couldn't find trouble if I wanted it. What was that? Let's have a look up here. This might be where the Hitler comment happened. I can't remember. I'll have a wee look at this first before I move on. The windows suggest a dark, intimate setting where adults of sophistication and good breeding gather. It's a really good joke. The lower patio draws a decent crowd in warmer weather. It's a perfect spot to people watch with locals and the occasional tourist. Is there anything generally? You've always enjoyed this ground level boardwalk and the way it zigs and zags. After a storm, it'll get buried in sand for days and it will only re-emerge through the locals' tireless efforts to walk to the drinking place. Is there going to be a... No. I thought there was going to be something that tells you about the place. Once nothing more than burgers, nachos and fries, the bar has recently introduced a heart-healthy menu to draw in more tourists. It hasn't worked. Chinese chicken salad with mandarin oranges, fat-free granola and yogurt bowls, baked brie, Atkins approved zucchini fries. Your mum was particularly scandalised by the introduction of this menu and refuses to eat here anymore. This maybe is where the Hitler comment happened. Can't remember. The Tides enjoyed its glory days as a resort destination in the early to mid 20th century. It was particularly appealing to Jews who wanted to escape the city for a nice anti Semitism free ish time without too much of a schlep. I think the Jew comments probably have a lot to do with why she's keeping talking about Hitler. I think the family is supposed to be Jewish. With the widespread availability of cars, such train and sea-based destinations have fallen out of fashion. The Tides has been shuttered since the 80s. Over the years, private developers have flirted with restoring or replacing the hotel, but all deals have fallen through. Even as development and tourism thrives on the west end of the island, this area remains bitterly neglected. A small sign weekly condemns any entry to the hotel ruins. And here we've got a fancy's not that I meant that. You rub your eyes. You've seen a lot of bottles on the beach, but you could swear this one is sealed up and full of beer. Naughty, naughty! Can it be? Contraband! Quickly, you look around to make sure no one's watching. Chills run down your spine as you feel the weight of a full pint of forbidden liquid. This could be big for you, Mara. Right, let's see if this is maybe the Hitler comment. Nah. The door has been thoroughly locked and boarded. Even your bravest tug, which admittedly ain't much, is not enough to move it. Ah. Where's the other Hitler comment? I really can't remember. Anyway, I think that's all there is really here. So I've got a beer. I've got a parcel. Let's have a wee scrack round the town before I go back home. I think that's just Hoosie's up here though. Aye. That's Lily's house, I think. Oh my god. You know what I think it might be? I think possibly mouse acceleration is on in Windows. And because this is running Windows, it's messing around with the cursor. I'm not sure. Because it feels like it's got acceleration on. This is the gate to Lily's house. If you try and go in though, you're forever shy about knocking on Lily's door. You're especially self-conscious about being a bother to her, so you usually just wait for her to be out and wandering around. Friendship is torment. Not that that's dramatic or anything. Now remember that, right? I can't go into my best pal's house. Now this is the next screen. Okay? Something happened last stream, which I feel like I spent too much time moaning about this, and I made it like a big deal, but like I wanted to get across exactly why I thought it was an issue. So, watch what happens. Let me just actually save quickly, because I've not saved in a wee while. Home by the Sea. That's a Genesis song. Because I'm old as fuck. This is the house where Simon lives. Yes, believe it or not, you sometimes have access to this this palace, not place. Now, bearing in mind, the first time I played this, right, I had been round the town first, and then I came here. And every time you try and go into a building that isn't your own house, or what was the other place we were in? The wee office at the beginning, like the tourism office. Every single other building you try and enter, you can't go into, right? Now, this is saying you can go in here, but it's saying you sometimes have access to this palace, right? Now, who the fuck is Simon? Don't know. As far as I'm aware, maybe I missed something, but I don't think he's been mentioned at all yet. It's not the guy for the info thing, because that was Jackson. This is Simon. Now, it is possible to do what I did the first time and completely bypass this building because, like it's saying, you know, you sometimes have access. I've taken that as, all right, well, this is an important location. So later in the game, I'm going to get to go in here. That was my interpretation of this. And I feel like that was a fairly reasonable interpretation. But I think what the game is trying to communicate to me is go in here right now. You can enter this building. Let's see if you can go in, right? That didn't occur to me. And genuinely, because of the order I did things in, I was like, there's no point in even trying to go in here. I'll come back later and do that. If you do that, you miss a massive, significant chunk of dialogue, the introduction of a significant character, and you have no idea where the fuck you're supposed to go at a later stage because all of that is set up in a scene that you can just completely skip. And there is no indication anywhere, as far as I can tell, to kind of hint that you're supposed to go in here to see that scene. And I feel that is a design issue. Like, if I was a playtester playing this game, and I wish I had been, because I definitely would have fed that back at the time. It's kind of probably too late now, but if you're a playtesting this and you didn't pick up on this, but I'm not a playtester. I bought this game. So, anyway, because I have since established that you're supposed to go in here, I'm going to go in. That'll be Simon then. And see, here what I said when I did see this scene was that dialogue box should have happened outside before you come in. This is the home of Simon Fink, a man in his 20s who you often visit, right? Because if you know that, you often visit, right? Rather than sometimes you're allowed in here. And also, like, this tells you that the connection that you have to this character. So you understand that this is a thing that you do. You go around this house, you come and see the guy, that's just a thing. Might be weird, I don't know, but it's definitely a thing that happens. I kind of had a relationship like this as well when I was younger, which, like, looking back on it now, you go, that's not okay. But I think the guy was kind of like... I think I've since discovered he was a raging alcoholic. And I can't remember what age I would have been at the time, but like he was an adult and he just had a bunch of game consoles and was a bit of a sado, so like I used to go in, like he was my next door neighbour, so I just used to go and like sit and play games, and that was how I first played Final Fantasy VII and all that sort of stuff. So that was kind of the vibe I got off this guy, except this guy seems to be quite intelligent. I don't think mine was. But aye, anyway, point being, that wee introductory text box here, I feel if you moved that outside, my complaint would just disappear basically, because I would understand, oh right, okay, so that's where this important character lives and I should go in. But there you go. Anyway, I digress. So, he came to live on Perfect Tides just a couple of years ago. At some point, you bonded with him. At some point, you bonded over a mutual interest in nature. Or was it computers? Writing? It may have just been gay Japanese manga. You don't remember. Anyway, he's a nice Jewish boy, capital letters, in your mother's eyes. And Simon, so there you go, right? I think the family's supposed to be Jewish. And Simon himself is happy to have you around at least 25% of the time, which you consider pretty good odds. So he's a bit like standoffish, but he basically is alright. It's Simon Fink. He's in his 20s and he lives here. Apart from Lily, you see him more than anybody else on the island. You can't always tell when your presence annoys him, but his door is always unlocked. and you're always bored. So... You spent countless hours admiring the colour and playful graphic appeal of Simon's art collection. Simon, on the other hand, seems indifferent to the images that adorn his walls, as if they were chosen by someone else. Maybe they were. Were they here when he moved in? The handsome fireplace doesn't get a lot of use. Simon says fireplaces are for people who think there's a light at the end of a pain in the ass. What? What does that even mean? Simon says fireplaces are for people who think there's light at the end of a pain in the ass. Maybe that's a thing, a reference to a thing or a saying that I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know. It's very oddly phrased. Simon's home is habitually strewn with junk. Sometimes you're a little jealous that he doesn't have a neat freak mother moving his filth around. Sometimes stuff just wants to be out. Like balls. Like I always say. So, a simple but elegant dining table sits in the corner of the open floor, along with two chairs. Light at the end of the tunnel is a thing. Maybe that's a butt stuff joke. I mean, I know the light at the end of the tunnel is a thing, but like... pain in the ass. Maybe. Maybe it is. There's been enough shagging jokes already that it wouldn't surprise me, but I feel like I'm not quite getting that one. I don't think there's any comment. Aye, there you go. It's by and large the nicest house you've been inside. There you go. Right, so let's actually talk to the guy. How's it going, Simon? Mara, what are you doing here? He's walked into his fucking house. Exactly. Simon's in his natural horizontal position, where he spends most of the spring. He's also like this in fall. And in winter. Just seeing what you're up to. All that you see here. A call. You're probably about 5 seconds from being asked to leave, so you'd better get to the point. I'm not going to do it, but basically, if you use either of these other options, he's kind of like, what the fuck? And that's it. Like, it's not that entertaining, so we'll just do the correct option that moves it forward. Do you want to do something today? Simon stares past you, accessing the still asleep part of his brain where the answer might be. And for whatever reason, it may have been like a Scott Pilgrim thing in my head or whatever, but was it even Scott Pilgrim? I don't know. I feel like I pictured that in my head the first time round, hearing the modem, like the 56k dial-up noise, like seeing a guy staring and then the modem noise. That might be nice. I was thinking of making dinner tonight instead of not eating. Yeah, let's have dinner. My family's been super annoying. My god. Alright, I'll try to remember. Come back after dark. And bring some sort of side dish, alright? I'm a little short on food and ideas right now. Cool, you've got dinner plans. Don't drop the ball on this, Mara. Now, what food to bring? So I need to get a side dish from somewhere. I don't think beer accounts as a side dish, probably, so... These rocks appear to have been placed by man to create an artificial but natural look-in barrier. To your right are private beachfront residences. Tories! It's a small fire pit for cooking food and generally sitting around. The Parks Department is strongly opposed to building fires on protected land, but that doesn't stop campers for wanting one. I'm misspeaking a lot, I'm sorry. There's a lot of text and I keep misreading words. Oh, wait a minute. The ocean waves are calmer here, as if responding to the campsite's nestled nature. Can I, like... No. The water is ice cold and not suitable for swimming this time of year. You shouldn't chance it without proper diving equipment. Fair enough. I really want to know where the Hitler comment was. I cannot think. A deer. It's a female white-tailed deer. Her kind is about as common here as pigeons are in New York City, and just as bored of the presence of humans. A thing. I want the thing. It appears to be a raw, half-eaten winter variety of squash. Don't know why I want it. Sounds minging, but I want it, because this is an adventure game where things to which attention are drawn, are things that you want. The deer have already done a number on the flesh, leaving a dozen or so fat white seeds. But if you try and pick it up, you don't really want to try separating the deer from her food right now. That's fair enough. Can I talk to the deer? Hey, I don't mean... Oh my god, I missed this the first time. I didn't think of that. Hey, I don't mean to be fun. No, hang on, shut up. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, I'm sorry. I'll try again. Hey, I don't mean to fawn, but I'd pay a lot of dough for a coat like that. It would be the antler to all my prayers. Jesus fuck. Good lord, exactly. I thought maybe I could get more, but that's fair enough. That's fine. Helipad as well. At the centre of the boardwalk is a helipad. A sizable enough number of summer residents, government officials, and nature-loving celebs get to the island by helicopter. You've never ridden one personally. Me again! Hello, Tom. Would you like to see some shit jokes? Not shit. Well, I mean, they are shit. But, like, Meredith, if you're watching, which you're not, I consider this to be... Waitrose own brand bourbon biscuits are naff. Waitrose anything. I don't think I've ever been in a Waitrose, because if I stepped into, like, if I cross the threshold of a doorway into a Waitrose, I'm fairly sure I'd burst into flame. Like a vampire going into a church. Sort of, you know. You're Scottish, you wouldn't be allowed in. Well, exactly. It's not even that. For my own safety, I don't think I should ever try to enter a Waitrose. So it sounds like that's a good thing if the biscuits are shite. Anyway, let's talk to the animal and see what happens. So it's a deer. Hey, I don't mean to fawn, but I'd pay a lot of dough for a coat like that. It would be the antler to all my prayers. RIP headphone users. Oh, it's glitching. Oh. She doesn't want to walk past that wee corner. A nicely maintained area of the dunes serves as a walkway to the Dolphin. Bosses does. Built in the 80s, the Dolphin is the most popular resort on the island. You've never had the privilege of staying there, let alone seeing the inside. The Dolphin has its own section of private beach, which is for guests only. You've often watched their activity from a distance, wondering how a paid beach experience might be superior. Indeed. That's the kind of people that go to Waitrose, right? That pay for the beach. Cautionary signs and fences wrap the length of the eroding dunes. Tourists and wealthier residents seem to take these as a mere suggestion. You, on the other hand, are a perfect upstanding citizen. We pay for a beach without Scots on to protect our youngers. Indeed. Where would the Hitler comment be? Anyway, there's another Hitler comment here, and this one's really good, but the other one's really good as well. A sign at the entrance gently cautions travellers not to litter, upset the wildlife, or participate in any lewd acts. Rest assured, 2 out of 3 of these rules are lovingly honoured. Right, ready for this? Nope. Hang on, Mara. Hang on. Before you enter the wilderness, let's just look at the facts. Public record indicates that Adolf Hitler died by suicide on April 30th, 1945. But there is mounting evidence in the information age, which is where we are now because we're in the year 2000, that Hitler indeed survived the war and made his break to Argentina. That was 55 years ago. Plenty of time to change his appearance and make the journey to New York, where a rustic life of isolation would suit him best. But no Nazi of Hitler's calibre could settle down forever. No, his appetite would demand the occasional slaying of an innocent Jew, one who rested comfortably on the assumption of his death. What better setting for this ritual than the covert dark of the woods? Of course, by now, the Führer would be over 100 years old. But the oldest known person made it to 122. And even the frailest hand can fire a pistol, pierce skin with a knife, or administer a trusty vial of cyanide. All things considered, is looking at some trees still worth it to you? And that, kids, is why IBM put 122 keys on a keyboard. Yes, Tom. That fucking... I nearly died laughing at that. If I seem unamused, it's because I've seen it before, and that's the only reason. Same goes for, what was it again? Heaven's Gash? I couldn't breathe for a wee while when I first saw that. It does have a certain sense of humour. Yes. It's, yeah. Peering into the darkened window, you see very little of interest. Upside-down chairs, a dusty bar, and posters of events past. The neon signs, when off, are at best a reminder that fun exists somewhere, sometime. How deep. And I like how it's called Fire, spelled like the Fire Festival as well. The club's Fire logo is grey and uninspiring in the light of day. Fire is a favourite summertime hangout for painstakingly attractive gay men. And you see that in the window, there's the rainbow flag and all that. Once a year, you are hypnotised by the sounds and colour emanating from this place. And then if you look over here, run entirely by volunteers, the firehouse of Perfect Tides is small but mighty. At this time, it houses 2 small trucks. 2 miniature trucks are the muscle behind the Perfect Tides firefighting squad. They've been custom designed to fit the width of the island's small, unpaved roads. In perhaps a show of self-awareness, the fire department's mascot, Doug, is a miniature spotted chihuahua. There you go. I don't think that's going to be anything... Yeah, that's not anything different. Okay, cool. Oh, I wish... There was one other Hitler comment, and I cannot remember. I thought it was in the bathroom, but I don't think it is. I wish I could remember what it was. God. It's Mikey, the toon layabout and merchant of fine goods. You feel like you don't have enough perspective on life to figure out if he's in his 20s or his 40s. That's something I've struggled with until very recently, and I think even now I'm not that good at gauging what age people are. But I think the younger you are, obviously, the worse that is, right? You just kind of see everyone as ancient unless they're basically exactly the same age as you. And anybody that's like a teenager or up is like they may as well nearly be dead, you know. But, will we talk to him? We'll talk to him. Hey, Mora. Not Mara. Mora. How's your mum? Mikey's been calling you Mora for quite a while now. You're no brave enough to correct him. She's fine. How are sales? Oh, you know, bad. There's friggin' nobody here in the spring. But you'll buy something from me, won't you? Do you have any video games? Computer games? Nope. But I have some really nice containers for putting candles in, if you're one of those occult teens. You honestly could see yourself getting into candles, but it would mean having a much more cohesive style in general. Seems like a lot of work. Plus, you're not actually sure that you want an aesthetic-driven hobby that invites others to look at you. Have you any snacks? Who wants to know? I think that's a drugs gag. Me? That's why I asked. I might have victuals of the bite-sized kind for a price. I don't have any money. Well, come back with some, Mara. Can't be a great conversationalist all the day for free. Or just come back with something cool and I'll trade you for it. So you want something cool? What have I got? I've got a cool beer. Wonder if he wants a cool beer. I've also got a parcel, but that's not his. Can I get the parcel? What's so special about a beer? You blush, realising Mikey's probably had access to beer for your entire life. Oh, nothing. I was just thinking of getting rid of it, that's all. Beer, right? Who cares? Then he got all excited about beer. Of course, it'd be ridiculous. I'm not seeing the wee arrow to go off screen here. There we go. Building site. Local contracting jobs are typically done by island residents. It is, in fact, the most available type of work here. Right now, the boys are working on a new condo development. I wonder if I can talk to them. You're far too shy to talk to the construction guys. These are men who use loud tools and habitually bark at each other. So I need to take my parcel back to Mo anyway. Where the hell was the other Hitler comment though? God, I really wish I could think. Don't know. Right, you ready for this? It's a package addressed to your mum. The word fragile has been written in the box. So it's something fragile. It's probably exciting, right? Probably. Let's quickly save. So let's get that tomorrow, shall we? No. There you go. Right. Now this, for folk that live in the UK especially, and I think Tom's here. I hope Tom's here, because this is... I know it's getting late now for UK time, but Tom, Tharagram, Ronnie, if you're here, this is gold. So you hand Mum the package. Oh, you got it. Thank you, Mara. Mum eagerly unwraps the package, the contents of which you have a fairly good guess. It appears to be... Yep. The Princess of Wales will be gone 4 years this summer. Gone, but not forgotten, if the commemorative plate industry has anything to say about it. Oh, how lovely. So young. It's such a tragedy. Is it true her heart was on the outside of her chest when they found her? For goodness sake, Mara. It's what I heard. Do you still like popping the bubble wrap? There's a couple of sheets here. Damn it. Mum read your mind. You were planning on just nabbing those out of the garbage can later. Oh, sure, I guess. Play it cool, play it cool. You eagerly fold the bubble wrap into your pocket for later. Now, we can explore further, but just for time reasons, I really want to know. I feel like I was sure it was something to do with the bathroom. The whole other thing about Hitler, but I don't know. No. Oh! Maybe. Hang on. There we go! This is it! This is another Hitler comment. So if they attempt to use the bath or the shower, right? The shower is an innately dangerous place, inviting endless ways to fall on one's head and or drown. It only further complicates matters that the Nazi Party's former Chancellor, Adolf Hitler, who left no conclusive remains and could very well walk this earth, would have no trouble doing away with you, psycho-style, in such a vulnerable state. You prefer to shower with an open curtain, a locked and barricaded door, and a family member audibly bustling about in the next room. Conditions that make the spontaneous bath near impossible. But at time of writing, you've never been murdered by Nazis, so the results speak for themselves. I fucking love that. I'm glad I found it, because I could have sworn it was something to do with the shower, but I thought it was the shower curtain, like he was hiding behind the shower curtain. But there you go. So that's, yep, one of my favourite things in the game so far. Right, so I've got my bubble wrap. So I don't believe there's any. Oh, and I think there's a wee hidden. Hang on. What's this? Is it this? Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot, and other observations by Al Franken. There you go. There we go. Aye, that's fine. And that's just like memorable, the commemorative plates and all that. But yeah, anyway, so. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, is it too late because I now know it's Diablo? Yeah, there we go. Anyway. So, we have various objects. We have, well, not various really, we've only got two things. We've got beer, which we know he doesn't want, and we've got bubble wrap, which, I mean, might want, I don't know, doesn't he seem like the kind of thing, surely he's going to just see through that, but, I don't know, we'll see. I think it's off this way, isn't it? So, let's try and give him bubble wrap. See what he does. Oh, bubble wrap, that's fun. How about I trade you for some of my random trash, Mara? The cheek! The fucking audacity! Anyway, there's not really anything else to pick up, right? So he wants something cool, but I can't just find any other stuff. I did have a proper wander around, and I was really inspecting in detail the first time around, but the other thing we know is that we can combine items. And we only have 2 items. So, fuck it. Let's see what happens. Longifan is raiding with a party of 2. Hello, Longifan. If anybody's in, hang on, can I just type? I think this is connected to the right computer. How are you, Longifan? how was your stream? Let's do a wee shout out to. Oh, I'm on Mac. Ah, my God! I forget what key I'm pressing. Logifan. There we go. Don't know if I have any mods or if they're all asleep because it's now nearly 1 AM. Oh, you were playing Cyberpunk. Nice. I am not. And this is a point-and-click adventure game called Perfect Tides. I can't remember if you saw any of this last stream. I don't think you did. But basically it's by a comic artist who I really like called Meredith Gran. She's made a game. And AGS, which is like a point-and-click adventure game engine, essentially, and toolkit to make your own games. But it's not necessarily easy to do so in AGS. I mean, it's easier than not having anything and just writing your own code from scratch, of course, but it's very open sourcey and very crashy, and, you know, it has all sorts of eccentricities, which we saw last stream, because I'm trying to... I am currently playing the game on a Mac, but what I'm doing this stream, which is different from the last time, is I'm running my desktop computer, which is behind the Mac, and that is streaming the game over Ethernet to the Mac, and the Mac is streaming, controlling the game, because it's streaming the game itself, but I'm, you know, controlling it for the Mac, basically in a VM, I suppose. And then I'm streaming that from the Mac to Twitch. So it's all very complex, because trying to run this on Mac at the moment doesn't really work that well. There's a couple of wee quirky things, which are basically small issues, but for me were irritating enough and were kind of barriers to streaming it, for various reasons, which I won't repeat here because I'd spent too long on it last stream. But basically, this guy here, over here, this guy with the glasses, he's a cool guy who's selling some shit on the street, and he has offered a snack in exchange for money which I don't have, or as an alternative, something cool. I've already tried giving him a beer, because I thought something cool, as in it's a cool beer, ha 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 ha, but he just was like, what the fuck, it's just a beer, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, I don't know, it's just a beer, I don't know, I was just trying to get rid of it, I don't know, who cares, it's just a beer. And then I tried to give him a bit of bubble wrap, and he was like, oh, cool, I'll just give you some random shite I found in the street then, shall I? There's a sarcastic dick about it. So the only thing we have left is we have 2 items, and this is just a wagon that carries stuff around. We can combine items, and we only really have 2 items. So let's see what happens when we try and combine the 2 items. Because in adventure games, if you don't know what the fuck to do, you just mash shit together and see what happens. Using your unique creativity, you carefully wind a sheet of bubble wrap around the beer bottle, forming the shape of a drink. Cozy. Cozy. I mean, surely it's cozy. I don't know. I moaned about this last stream as well. Hey, it kind of works. You decide to keep it this way. Using the packing tape still attached to the bubble wrap, you lock in the shape of your creation. Logifan says, my Mac's too old for anything game-like. I use Bootcamp for OBS and for Cyberpunk GeForce Now. Cool. So you're on a Mac, but you're gaming. See, I cannot run Bootcamp on my Mac because my Mac is an M1 Pro. And that means it runs Apple's ARM Silicon, which Bootcamp does not exist for at all, which is fun. But you know what? It's fine. You can run Windows on a VM still. You can virtualize it. I don't know how well it'll work, but I wouldn't game on it. But yeah. So we have a drink cozy apparently. Oh. I forget that for some reason it's interesting. The keyboard shortcuts to change, like use, look, talk, walk, they don't work when you have the menu open, so you have to use these buttons, which is a bit weird, but that's probably an AGS thing, I can't really remember. So we'll look at this. It's your masterpiece, a beer cozy made of bubble wrap. Cool, so let's click it and take it out of the inventory. And get to the cool guy. See if that works. See, what's this? It's a beer holder. I kind of made it. You hand the makeshift cozy to Mikey. He inspects it with wild eyes. I had you all wrong, Mara. Her name isn't Mara, by the way. Her name's Mara. He just keeps calling her the wrong name and she doesn't want to correct him. You did? You think they make stuff like this in a factory overseas? You think Bill Gates could come up with something like this? This is a brilliant reimagining, a repurposing of garbage, Mara. Where others see trash, you see treasure. Oh wow, thanks. Do you want to trade for it? Well, it's not worth a lot of money, of course. It's cheap material. Right. Here, you can have these chips. And I take it he means he's probably American, right? So he probably means crisps. I'll let him off. I haven't opened them yet. He hands you a bag of baked Lays. One of those really small bags you'd get as a free sample. You reckon there's about 5 full-size chips in here. Now, I wonder, right? Have there maybe been items that I've missed that I could have picked up that would have been more cool than that? And if so, would it give me a better snack in exchange? And you'll see why I'm wondering that when I go to use the snack he's given me for later on. Because I've been, as we've established just before Longifan joined, I've got dinner plans for later on the night. And I'm supposed to take along a side dish, right? Anyway, he hands you a bag of baked Lays, which I think is like Walker's, isn't it? One of those really small bags you'd get as a free sample. You reckon there's about 5 full-size chips in here. You feel a pang of regret for giving up your bubble wrap, but a snack's a snack. You pocket it. Of course, they didn't make chips like that when I was your age. Oh, okay. No one was really worried about saturated fats back in those days. The more the merrier, in fact. Parents fed it to their kids by the spoon. The 70s were... And don't let anyone tell you it was the worst decade, okay? Okay. As Mikey continues to talk, your thoughts rapidly drift away. Did you have plans tonight? Was there someone you were supposed to meet? Is your stomach a little more punchy than it was? When was your last period? Is there any evidence, other than his age, that Jackson has had sex? Could you spend this summer working on your body, buy a whole new wardrobe, find a boyfriend, and come back to school as a completely different person? Well, Mara, I really can't talk all night. Gotta pack my stuff up. No problem. I knew you'd understand. So did he just talk about, like, the 70s for fuck knows how long? Right, so 'tis now nighty time. So I've got a bag of crisps, got a beer, she occasionally gets stuck on objects, I've noticed. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. I just want to try a couple of things. I've just realised something. I've got the game in the wrong position. So, Longy fan, when you raided, it probably didn't pop up on the screen, which is not good. 1 wee second while I just reposition. That should be better now. So if there's any further notification-y things, they should be above the game rather than underneath it, which it's because I had to mess around with the setup at the beginning. Let's see. Let's look in the fridge. Wonder if I can put the beer in the fridge. Nah. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you the bird, did I? Oh, there's the bird there. That's not what I meant. I meant this bird. It's Sunshine, the bird. She belongs to Timothy for some unknown reason, even though Mum takes care of her. Sunshine's... Oh, I can't speak. Sunshine's incessant squawking is simply a fact of life. When visitors remark on it, you tell them the sound doesn't even register for you anymore. This, of course, is a lie. You just don't have what it takes to wring her neck. Harsh. Just for you, Longy fan, if you're here, I'm going to show you one of the things that made me laugh like, far too long the first time. In the shower here. The shower is an innately dangerous place. Oh my god, let me try again. Let's focus here. The shower is an innately dangerous place, inviting endless ways to fall on one's head and or drown. It only further complicates matters that the Nazi Party's former Chancellor, Adolf Hitler, who left no conclusive remains and could very well walk this earth, would have no trouble doing away with you psycho-style in such a vulnerable state. You prefer to shower with an open curtain, a locked and barricaded door, and a family member audibly bustling about in the next room, conditions that make the spontaneous bath near impossible. But at time of writing, you've never been murdered by Nazis, so the results speak for themselves. That was fucking great. And there's another similar Hitler diatribe that's even more detailed in another portion of the game, which I showed a wee minute ago. But yeah, I don't think there's really much in here that we haven't already kind of seen. So, at the very beginning of the game, we established that I was gonna, well, my best pal, supposedly Lily, is hanging out at the beach. But I've also now made dinner plans with my slightly weird, in his 20s. She looks like a good character. Aye. But aye, there's like a 20-year-old or in his 20s sort of year-old writer, ostensibly, named Simon, who the game, I feel, did a fairly poor job of introducing, not in terms of insufficient information or the flow of things being wrong or whatever, but purely because there was nothing at all to make the player aware that they were supposed to instigate a kind of dialogue with this character, and there was no context for it. There was no kind of leading you towards the guy's house. You just kind of walk into his house randomly, and if you do that, and there's no real indication you can, because every other building apart from like your own house and one other building, you can't go into. Even your best pal Lily's house, you won't go into. So like, it's really weird that she can just walk into this random guy's house, especially when there's no setup for that. There's no indication, like there's no previous discussion about who the guy is or why he would have any connection with her or whatever. Which is my one strong piece of feedback so far. That's how I met most of my friends, just randomly walked into their house, exactly. Like there's a kind of Zelda vibe to that, right? Like just walking into buildings and smashing shit up and whatever. But for the way that this sort of game functions, it felt a bit weird, and it seems like the kind of thing that if I was a playtester, I would have been like, right, that needs to have an extra wee piece of text, or there needs to be like before that some mention, like a wee throwaway paragraph or a sentence about who Simon is, or something that would make you think, oh right, that's Simon's house, right? I know who he is. I should go in there. But there isn't that. It makes a comment about how sometimes when you potentially can get to that point without ever having any mention of this name Simon before. There's I think only one other piece of text that would mention his name, and even then it still doesn't contextualize. It just says the name Simon, like Simon thinks X. But you can get all the way to his house and look at it, and that's the first time you hear the name Simon, and it says something along the lines of, this is where Simon lives, which means that you sometimes get to go in here, and it's like, it sounds to me like, alright, so later on in the game, this will be a significant location I can come back and revisit. But right now, probably not, because as we can see, I can't go into most buildings. If there was a wee bit text when you first look at it that says, this is Simon's house, Simon is a 20-year-old, writer, whatever, that you sometimes go and visit, then it would be fine. But they don't do that. It's just, you sometimes can go here. And that didn't make me think for a second, I should go in here now. And in the first playthrough, I just totally skipped it. I didn't even occur to me that I was supposed to go in. And it kind of ruined it completely, because when you later go back to his house, which I'm about to do now, there's no real context for like why are you just having dinner with some random guy and he's clearly older than you, which is fucking weird, and it was really strange. So that's like a significant feedback thing, I think. But gameplay wise, like, that's the only thing that so far stuck out to me. And I'm very, very early in the game, to be fair. Like, this is the first day of gameplay, right? I don't know how many days there are, because I've not finished the game. So Simon lives up here, I believe. Yeah, there he is. I'm just going to delete that one, because there you are. Come sit. Because see, if you skip the previous bit, the dialogue is still very similar to this. So it's like, wait, who the fuck? Why is he wanting me to come and sit beside him? Like, am I going to have to phone the police? What's happening? This seems not okay. But apparently they're just kind of pals. But you know that because of the earlier interaction. You remembered? I remembered. Yeah, thanks for having me over. Oh, wait, I just remembered something. One sec. Hang on. Oh, skip. I'll come back to this in a minute. I want to try a thing. No. I had an idea. Hang on, load. Or can I not click it till after this conversation? Damn it. There is at least one other item that I can pick up. I really do wonder if there's another food thing that I can do, because I'm just skipping this. I'm not expecting you to read this. I just want to reload the save because I want to try some. Right, hang on. Shut up. Right. Restore from there, right? So, before we go in there, I want to try this. So remember this for earlier, well, you weren't long a fan, but I was saying there was a deer eating this, and I was saying I want it, and I don't know why I want it, but it's an adventure game, so if I see an item and there's some sort of attention drawn to said item, I'm going to want the item. You pick up the slippery, sandy bit of squash. The deer have made quick work of most of the flesh, leaving a rind and a decent number of seeds. How are you finding Cyberpunk, by the way? You decide only the seeds have value to you. Removing them, you toss the rest of the vegetable back into the wild. So, let's just look at these. Because, like, they seem like maybe, I don't know. The squash seeds are licked clean by the deer and dried by the sand and sun, but are still reasonably oily. Like, clearly they're for something, right? But surely I can't combine... Hang on. Let's just see what happens, fuck it. No, it's not even acknowledging. It's like, no, don't do that. No. No. It's not even like recognizing that what I'm trying to do is valid in any way. Fair enough. Nah. Oh well. But I mean, that's another item that I've picked up. So I've got crisps and I've got some weird oily seeds. For some reason. I wonder if they're maybe useful for the beach interaction in a minute. Don't know. Let's just keep doing, because I don't think there's anything else to pick up yet. So I don't think there's any other items I could use. Hang on, that's not where I meant to go. Over here. Aye. So aye, let's actually do this interaction properly now. Really warm in here now because I've got these headphones on, and also my computer is burning away behind there and it's really kicking off a lot of heat. Thanks for having me over. There we go. Simon's prepared a modest spread. A minimalist salad, lemonade, some steamed vegetables, and fish. Fair enough. Until we got to the fish, I was like, really? Did you bring anything? Oh yeah, I got chips. You lay the bag of potato chips on the table. Ugh, junk food. Actually, they're baked. It's healthy. Remember earlier when he was saying, like, saturated fats? Mikey enemy. How much healthy food do you eat? Almost everything I eat is low fat or fat free. You know, food manufacturers are lying to you, right? You know that, right? All brands are tentacles for the same beast. Oh, okay. Hey Mara, ask me how my book's gone. How's your book gone? Terrible! I lost a really important floppy disk today, full of drafts. Where did you lose it? Somewhere around the island, I guess. That's what I get for leaving the house. Well, that sucks. How's school? Kinda crappy. I'm doing really bad in 2 classes right now. My mum's mad about it all the time. Does your mum remember every last thing she learned in school? I'm sure it's not that bad. Mostly the people suck. I basically have no friends this year. Interesting. So she's telling him... Remember earlier, we've had multiple references to her best friend being Lily, the kind of blonde popular lassie that's just had a shag. And she's telling him, I basically have no friends this year. So I was saying last stream, I kind of get the impression this is her actual best pal. Like, this inappropriate to be pals with older guy is her real best pal, probably. At least real life person. There's another character as well. But Lily just seems like the best pal she feels she's supposed to have, right? Like, the appropriate type of person, the appropriate age, the appropriate gender. But she doesn't really seem to like her very much, right? It's like, you say it's your best pal because you're supposed to have a best pal, but you don't really believe it yourself. And I think I sort of can relate to that when I was young enough. Not really her age, but at a younger age than this, I felt like I kind of was like, right, this is my best pal. Because everybody's got to have a best pal. And from about this sort of age onwards, maybe, I didn't really feel like I had a best pal. Like, I didn't really feel like any one particular person was like my closest friend, because there were quite a few people that I got on with well enough. But I kind of kept people at arm's length to a certain degree. So I never really felt like I had like one single best pal. And aye. But I think that idea of feeling like you should have one best pal and maybe identifying somebody as that, and it maybe not being the case necessarily, but you kind of feel like you know that you see that in them because you feel like you're supposed to. I can definitely relate to that, but it happened younger for me. Nobody? That went well, you'd think. You don't feel tired at all. In fact, you're quite buzzed. From here you can dimly make out a form standing out on the beach. The fire pit is glowing. Me for a third time. Hey, Tom. So the fire pit's glowing. Probably is going to be Lily, right? So this is basically where we stopped last stream. And I feel like I can't stop at the same place. I'd need to go to bed soon, but yep. Let's go and wander over to the beach. I feel like I want to plant... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I just thought of something. I've got oily seeds. And in my front garden, I've got a wee sandy pit. I wonder if I can, like, plant the seeds or something. Probably no, but I just want to try it. Can't use it here. Alright, okay. Over here? Nah, fair enough. Probably I'm just preempting a bit too much. So we've had dindins. Oh, hang on, that's the beach up there. There we go. There she is. Oh, aye, sorry, I did do that. I actually did play this bit. It's a small fire pit for cooking food and generally sitting around. The Parks Department is strongly opposed to building fires on protected land, but that doesn't stop campers from wanting one. We saw that earlier. Oh, Longy fan. Good lad. Alright, perfect for a fire on the beach. Are you picking one or am I picking one? I've got Glen Elgin sitting there. Or I can go and get something else. Glen Elgin. Glen Elgin. Or something else. Okay. I'm going to open the windy because I'm roasting, so one sec. Got a glass ready though. I came prepared. Glen Elgin, 12-year-old. Board mine, what are you on, Longy fan? You on that? Was it Lafroig you were on? I can't remember. Or, no, hang on. Or was it Arton? I can't remember. I can't mind. I don't know why I'm doing. I'm going to pour it anyway, so. I think I've still got one of these to redeem for like fucking ages ago. Sounds like me with my squash. Alright. Scotland! I'm roasting with these headphones on. I'm tempted to actually switch to them, but I might at least charge them. For, oh, where's the bloody cable? That doesn't matter. I'll do that for... Oh, hang on, there it is. Whoop. Magnets. Fucking magnets, how do they work? Don't mind me. Right, so. Oh, that. Oh. God, that's weird. I don't remember that being as, like, fruity as it is. RN10, ah. Probably just a dram left in there now. I think you say, yeah, dram. A dram is basically like, well, I mean, I don't know. A dram basically is a measure, right? But it's also quite a loose. It could be that. Could be that. In this glass, by the way, I don't know if I'm talking to you, Lonely Fan, or if I'm just talking to general folk that don't know about whiskey. So forgive me if this is really obvious to you, but the widest point of the glass. This is a Glencairn glass, and the kind of wide point of the bulb of the glass is 1 measure, 35mm measure. Tom says, genuinely still baffled. Bloke just drove from Cambridge to drop me IKEA bags full of Model M's at 7 PM. Yep. Anyway, let's talk to our pal. Hi, Lily. Hey, Mara. What are you up to? Just came out to think. Thinking about shagging. Lily takes a half-empty pack of cigarettes for her back pocket. See, that was appropriately timed. Contraband. Longy Man, thanks for dropping by my stream the other day. Of course, I'm not on Twitch enough these days because I'm doing various things. But yeah, if you're on and I've got free time, I'll be there. Sorry I failed to notice chat until you probably left. No, it's fine. It was mostly a tech test for streaming GeForce now and I was engrossed. Ah, good. Well, I'm glad you got it working. Right, so fags. Fags are coming out. I snuck them from my mum. Have you ever smoked? It's disgusting. No, I haven't. I tried one yesterday and I got all lightheaded and sick. I thought I was going to barf. So she's definitely not going to smoke now, obviously, because she had such a bad time, but she's smoking already. Want to try? Like, this is shit! Do you want one? Sure. Suck it into your mouth first, then you inhale it. The face. You've got to inhale it slowly, or not inhale at all, I guess. Shit, that burns. It occurs to you that in all your daydreams of smoking, you never once pictured a tangible aspect. Always felt just like breath itself, warm and easy. No, that's vaping, probably. I don't know, I've never vaped. All at once, you feel coldly betrayed, in part by the smoke that has burned you, but most of all, by the limit to your own imagination. How could you have failed so miserably to protect yourself? Am I learning to smoke from a cartoon juvenile, says Tom. It looks like it. You've got to inhale it slowly. Anyway, it's a terrible habit. You don't want to get into it. And then she proceeds to sit down and smoke on the beach. The sand is cool and dry. The night is just mild enough for the beach to feel good. My mum was supposed to quit after I was born. She's been promising to quit for years. She's so full of shit. I think this is where I stopped because I was like, hang on. PT? You know how that is, right? That's Staggles, the guy off the chat room. And we know what happens in chat rooms, don't we? Are you awake? Can I come closer? Oh my. It's furry stuff. There's some furry stuff happening. What on earth indeed? What's that dream about? Could that have been Staggle? Oh my god. It's never even occurred to you before. Could you and Staggle... Average mechanical keyboard enthusiast. You know what's kind of funny? I don't know if I should say this. There is somebody in the mechanical keyboard community who has a thing about, like, I think it is deer specifically, and that's clearly what that was. And like their avatar is a deer or a reindeer maybe. And I thought of that person when I saw that scene. And I really hope they never... You know exactly who I mean, don't you? I really hope they never watch this stream. Abort! Abort! Anyway. So we're on day 2. Now, speaking of bed, I need to go to mine as well. Another day. So, I think we'll call it there. I'm going to have a wee nosy. Oh my god, it's weird. The mouse sensitivity, because it's relative to the resolution, and that monitor is very low res, intentionally, for compatibility purposes for running this game. When I move the trackball outside that window, it's really slow because it's so much different. Right, anyway, so no, that's the wrong thing. I don't want... No, I do. Hang on. I want this. Does the game not run at high res? Well, yes and no. It will scale, but I don't want it to scale by anything other than an integer, because things start to look weird when you scale by weird factors. So it's running the native resolution of the game, because it's pixel art and everything, obviously, and its AGS is 640 by 480, so 4:3 box, standard def basically, NTSC kind of res. But it is the detail on that exactly. But I want to scale it up, but only twice. So it's running, instead of 640 by 480, it's running 1280 by 960. So you didn't do the core, the detail on that. I don't know what accent that is. I don't know what's coming out of me right now, but I'm very tired. My god. Anyway, I can't do my Londoner accent. That's how I sound. That is exactly. That's how Tom sounds. That's what that is. But yeah. So where are we? So here we go. Teha. Let's trade Teha. Let's not do that. Who's on? I don't know. Poker playing Elden Ring. One of my monitors, that's the highest res that goes, yeah. Raid Teha with my 6 viewers. Hey, look, 6 viewers is not bad for me lately. I've routinely been doing streams with like 3 viewers. Let me look. I'm kind of curious. Hang on. Is there anybody that... See, Twitch, when I go to raid folk, Twitch likes to just hide channels that I like. And it's really annoying. Oh no, it's not wanting to let me mute. I want to mute the thing before it makes noises. Mute tab, please. There we go. Right, who's online other than Teha? Oh well. So there is Jinjin Wong, who's playing World of Warcraft. Halloween Birds is making a Leaf 60, well, rebuilding one. Manoli Visuals is doing a PLX Proto, also keyboard. Ginkgo Crown, I don't even remember who that is. That's really bad. I obviously followed them. Teha would be funny though. Oh god. Oh no. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, hey Teha. Oh no, I'm bottling it. I'm going for a Jean Jean. In fact, you know what? You know what? Manoli, I'm going to see what Manoli's up to. Hang on 1 sec. Ah, fuck it. Nah, I'm doing Jean Jean. Also, oh, hang on. Let's look at Ginkgo Crown because I can't remember who that is. They're playing Elden Ring though, so fuck that. I don't know. Everyone's playing Elden Ring. Right, fuck it. Jean Jean is. Shambles on your part. Fuck you. Balled it. Exactly. Right, let's go for Jean Jean. She's playing World of Warcraft, which I find extremely boring, but my partner loves. And I know that other humans like. Double donkey. What? Alright, sorry, I missed Tom saying double donkey, dare you. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. I think Tom just made that up. But yep, thank you for tuning in. I know that that was basically the exact same content as last stream, but there were people here that didn't see it last time, and it was a bit more cohesive as a playthrough, and I wasn't stopping for big long pauses to fuck about with things. So, but anyway, definitely a thing, says Tom. I don't believe you. I think you made that up. Bye. I'll be back on Saturday, but like probably before. I'll try and do one before Saturday because I kind of want to get through the game, and I've got other keyboard things I want to do as well. But yep, thank you, Sinvic, Tom, Thorogrim's here, Longifan for the raid. Everybody that's here, thank you for showing up. Ta-ta.